is good to the YouTube world, the streets of YouTube, streets and alleyways? What's up, everybody? You are hearing the voice of Mrs. Best. We are here to do our new weekly live stream of TLC show Forbidden Love. Now, I know this show for the first episode just aired last week. I believe the show airs on Sundays as well. So it looks like we'll be getting another new episode, which I will be recapping tomorrow. But I wanted to watch the episode a couple of times and like really get a feel for the show to make the decision. Like, do I want to recap this? Is this going to be something that's fun to talk about? Because I base my recaps on what is fun for me to talk about, or I base my recaps on stuff where I'm watching the episode and I'm like, what in the actual, you know what? So this show kind of gave me that. It's almost like Love After Lockup mixed in with some religion. But this is a new series. It is a new show on TLC. It's called Forbidden Love. This is the series premiere, season 1, episode 1. The episode was titled "I'd Do Anything for Love." So the way I'm going to format this for those who are new to my channel, especially those who are not used to watching recaps that I do alone, because I do about 50% of my TV recaps with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Check him out. But what I do when I do shows that involve couples, kind of like Love After Lockup, is I'm going to just discuss each couple that we got in the episode. And I'm going to discuss what happened with each couple throughout the entirety of the episode versus ping ponging back and forth, because ain't nobody got time for that. But I appreciate everybody for being here. Like the video, comment your opinions, suggestions, anything you have for me. I am open to it all, y'all. And let's jump right on into it, because I just got off work and I'm tired. The first couple that we are going to discuss is going to be the couple that's in the middle of the screen, Lindsay and Elmer. Now, Lindsay obviously is the female here, and Elmer is the gentleman in the hat. Lindsay is an American. She was raised, from what it sounds like, similar to the rest of us. She is 34 years old, and Elmer is only 23. That was my first red flag when they put the little boxes on the screen and we saw the age of each person. I was like, oh, hell to the no. Because while it's not the biggest age gap, it's a pretty decent age gap, about 9 years. So yeah, I don't really care for the age gap. Now listen, people can date people of all shapes, sizes, ages, and all of that, but I find that whenever there's a huge age gap, there's either red flags, someone has unresolved trauma, or it is one of them gold digger situations, if you get what I'm trying to say. But in this case, I don't think it's that. He's Amish. For those who don't know, Amish is, I don't quite really know how to explain it, but I think Elmer did a good job of explaining it. He said on the show that to be Amish is similar to living in the 1800s. And I think that is a very good way to explain it. But for those who don't know, and I am reading this off of Bing, so what I am going to do is actually share my screen, because this show does discuss religion heavily, as well as beliefs and things of that nature. And I do not want to disrespect anybody's religion, beliefs, foundational ways of living. I would never want to do that to anyone, just like I wouldn't want it done to me. So we are going to take a quick little break from our regular, screen and look into this. I am sharing my screen. I just typed in Amish. What is it? And this is Bing. And it says the Amish are a group of traditionalist Anabaptist Christian church fellowships with Swiss, German, and Alsatian origins. They originated in Europe in the late 17th century as a result of schism in the Anabaptist church led by Jacob Amon. The word Amish derives from his name. Today, the Amish are amongst the most easily recognized peoples in North America. So essentially, that's what I got. Wikipedia saying the Amish is formerly the Old Order Amish, are a group of traditionalists. But pretty much the same thing we just saw. So, that's a little bit of what being Amish entails of. Is Amish a religion? They say that being Amish is a lifestyle, not a religion. And they chose to keep the simple life so they can focus more time on the family, the home, and the home rather than other things that require advanced modern technology. So, for those who are wondering, that is what it consists of to live or to be Amish. I just wanted to get that out the way, and I will be doing that for each couple that shares a different belief in life and or religion, because we want to be respectful. It don't got to be something you believe in, but it's still good to give the respect that you'd like to receive, if y'all get my gist. Anywho, so Elmer's Amish. She's not. Her name is Lindsay. There's a 9 to 10 year age difference, which is a little concerning. Now, here's the thing. He don't know nothing about brushing his teeth. He don't know nothing about plumbing. And she also decided to give us what I would view as TMI, too much information for those who don't know. Girl, why did you have to tell us this man is not circumcised? Why? Tell me why. I don't understand. Lindsay, and you could tell if you look at Elmer's face throughout the episode that there's a lot that he was genuinely embarrassed about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you grew up with, where you grew up, how you grew up. Some things as humans, we just naturally want to be kept private and away from the public eye. And she's like, he's not circumcised, and which is fine. But then she takes it a step further and she's like, it stinks when he doesn't clean it correctly. Talking about the foreskin. She also had to remind this boy of deodorant. And before I go any further, I was just like, I understand being Amish. I get that part. But I know that there are some sort of routine that you guys had to have to like brush your teeth or keep your, dental hygiene intact. There has to be something they did. They're kind of making it seem like, oh, because he's Amish, he's just not smart and doesn't know anything. But they just live their life in a traditional way. A lot of the things that we do today, like there'd be no electric toothbrush if there wasn't a regular toothbrush first. And before, we had toothpaste, they was using baking soda. So what I'm trying to say is they may not have done things the way that we do them now or have the things that we have, but there's also a way that they, get clean. Like he explained, taking baths and having to reuse bath water and things like that. They made the attempt to be clean. They kind of edited him to look like he's just slow or something, and that's not okay. That's not okay. Anywho, y'all, like the video if you haven't already. If not, keep watching. I appreciate you either way. But we then learned that Lindsay is 2 months pregnant, and he just now learned how to drive. The learning to drive part, it bothers me. I do have a friend actually. She's got one kid pregnant with her second. She does not know how to drive, has never had a license. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But it's not uncommon. I've met a couple people like that throughout life. Elmer is just now learning to drive, which just makes sense. The Amish tend to use horses and things like that. Things that we saw like back in like way, way back in the day. So we didn't actually see it, but we probably read about it in a history book. If y'all get my gist. Anywho, she's 2 months pregnant with both of their first child, it sounds like. And I'm thinking, oh, she's pregnant. That's so sweet. It's going to go well. They look in love. And then later down the episode, she tells me that when he discovered technology, he quickly discovered pornography. And from what it sounds like, she explained it, and the way she explained it, it sounds like he developed an addiction to porn, which is not uncommon, especially for, someone being exposed to it for the first time. But, I don't know. She's got big fake boobs and all of that, and is what somebody would view as sexy. For me, no, because her face card doesn't match the body, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But to a lot of people, she is an attractive, sexy woman. So, I mean, the fact that he was attracted to her, it's like, come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Especially with how they met and how she reeled him in. And she's 34. I'm like, did you just pull him in to have a baby or something? Like, what's going on? I don't fully trust Lindsay at all. I feel like she did a lot to try and make Elmer look just not smart and to embarrass him. But we see the couple go together to buy horses. This is something that is common, Elmer says, amongst Amish men and people. And we learned that because he married what they call an English woman. That's anyone who's not Amish, even though she's American. Because he married her, his family is shunning him. They will not talk to him, almost like how Scientology excommunicates people. If you don't know, go look it up. But he definitely is shunned by his family because some of his cousins and family members are at the event where they're looking at horses and they will not speak to him. They go the other way. They're probably like, how dare you marry an English woman? And then you have this camera in front of us. So, it's sad. I personally don't think you should just excommunicate people for no reason, like, or just because they chose to go have love. I know it's their belief, but I don't agree with that one belief. I will say that. But he basically explains he gave up everything to marry her, relationships, way of life, his beliefs. He gave up so much just to be with her. And he sometimes wonders if he gave up too much for her, which I actually think is a valid question. And he says that he sometimes misses the simple life. That's all he knows. Nothing is wrong with that. So I totally understand where he's coming from. Now, y'all, the porn comes up again. This is a serious issue for him. It's been an issue throughout their entire relationship, it seems, since he got access to technology, which tells me he's probably seen some sort of pornography somewhere else before. He done seen something nasty because Elmer's a freak. Okay. He's looking at everything from what she's saying. And I'm like, girl, why do you care if your man looks at porn? Now, if you're like a straight woman like I am and you open your husband's phone or something and you see like gay porn, then it's like, okay, this is a red flag. But then again, if you open your husband's phone or something and you see like regular porn, it's like, is that the worst thing? Now, I understand frequency is like, what the heck? And I'm kind of like, girl, are you looking at his phone that much? Or is he really just like out in the office getting to his happy place? Like, what is going on? I feel like there's more to this they're not explaining, or there's parts of it that they're playing for the camera, but it's a problem. She has concerns. It seems like she may have seen, I believe they call it Is it bestiality? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this, you guys. I don't know, but the type of intercourse where a human will do it to an animal. And I don't like that, y'all. I was a manager at a pet store for 10 years. I really do love animals. Went to vet tech school. Nobody should be intimate with their animals. That's just how I feel. Y'all can cancel me if you want to, but I don't care. No one should be intimate with their animals. That's just weird to me. But um she has concerns. I guess he was looking at this type of porn. And this is where we find out that I guess he knows people in the Amish community who have been intimate with animals. It sounds like horses. And he's just like, it's a need that's not being met. They're going to go get it somehow, some way. And I'm like, did he do this? Like, what's going on? This is very strange. Like, men like porn. I feel like men, just in general, as a gender, like porn. Uh, but the animal stuff threw me for a loop. She tells him he needs to get it together with the porn or she's going to leave. And she says she is okay with being a single mom if she has to. Okay. I feel like she could give him a little bit more grace, maybe help him get a therapist or something, just because also that's it. Intimacy with animals is wildest. Yeah. Yeah, this is why I'm recapping this show oh so best because I said, oh my goodness, stop it, no game whatsoever. You know what? We're gonna leave oh so best. Oh so best is a married man, y'all. So you know, he didn't have to get in his game. He's Amish. They can't do anything, like not even touch themselves until they get married. So it's just the way it goes. But yeah, I thought that was strange. She says she will be a single mom if she have to. I still feel like she should give him grace, even though it's weird. Like he said, it's all they know. It's their way of life. You're gonna figure it out some way, somehow. That is a human like way of thinking. There's a name for it. Ooh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I cannot remember it, but it's within psychology. Um, so I understand him partially, and I understand her fully. But this man gave up his entire life for you, his way of life, his beliefs, his family. Like he gave up every go away oh so fast. He said, but they can beg an animal. What? We have to be respectful of their beliefs on these YouTube streets. We just do. Uh, he's not actively having sex with animals right now, but apparently he knows people who has, and that lets me know that he probably has too. But she she's not cool with it, but at the same time, get the man a therapist so that he can understand. He doesn't understand like the rules of society. Like he doesn't understand societal norms. He just does not understand that. So instead of her letting us know that he's not circumcised and doesn't clean his foreskin, get him to some therapy and let him talk to a professional or someone other than you who can, help him navigate going from Amish to being an American of this time, which sucks, by the way. But that's what's happening with this couple. I see why they put them like in the center of everything because what in the hell? I'm gonna repost Oso Best comment. Intimacy with animals is wild AF. Yes, it really is. I wasn't expecting that, but we'll see what happens with them next week. Like the video if you haven't already, beautiful humans. Uh, the next people we're going to go over, we didn't really get too much from them, is Eli. He's 32. He is an Orthodox Jew. And Lori, who is Italian and Catholic. They are the couple that is by the little bubble with my head that's talking. Uh, they are also the couple that seemed in terms of affection like the most genuine. Like you could tell they actually like with each other. They might like want to rock with each other. I like that. I like them individually. I like them together. It turns out they are both recovering alcoholics and they met in AA at the point of their treatment where they can date. Because I don't know if everybody knows, but when you first go into the program and do the 12 steps, you're not supposed to date for like a certain period of time because you're supposed to be focusing on yourself, and dating can be like detrimental. I don't want to get into it right now, but they met in AA. They're both recovering alcoholics. He asked her to convert. He is an Orthodox Jew. It's one of the strictest religions that is out there. I knew that prior, but and please don't come on my channel speaking about the stuff that's going on the other side of the world. I am just commenting on a Jewish man that is on a show. I am not here to discuss politics or any of that or my views because it just gets to be like almost like a point of contention on here. So, yeah. But it's very interesting their views. She grew up Catholic, but Catholicism is a little less strict than his religion because it is one of the most strict. So she's going to be converting because the only way that they could be together is if she converts, and she agreed to it. Now, the conversion for Jewish religion is intense, especially for Orthodox Jews. She has to do three times a week classes where she studies and learns about this religion. Then she's going to have to like take a test, learn Hebrew, all of these things that just sound difficult. She was also explaining how, as a woman, she's going to have to like take a purity bath every time she comes off her menstrual cycle in order to be intimate with her husband. And when she's on her menstrual cycle, they have to be separated because I guess they view women as impure during their menstrual cycles. That is crazy as hell. Y'all would not have life if it wasn't for a woman's menstrual cycle and that whole. I don't think they understand that or they view it differently. Again, I don't know the religion, so I can't comment on that, but I don't think there's a woman that's impure when she's on her menstrual. In fact, I think it makes us more pure because we have to go through pain for however many days you get your stuff emotionally triggered for days. Then, in addition to being in pain, sometimes you're nauseous and you're going through other symptoms, you get bloated, and we are expected to go to work. We don't get PTO or nothing through that, or continue living our lives that way. Yet, if boys get a toothache, that's it. So I just want to say I agreed with what she said on some of it being kooky. And she was like, I don't want to lose myself. This is what Lori says. And I'm like, I think that's very important. Because who wants to lose themselves? You want to be with somebody, but you don't want to lose who you are. she's already given up her religion. So she's probably, wondering, like, what am I going to have to give up next? But yeah, to be an Orthodox Jew requires a lot, but I respect the discipline of it. I really do. I really respect the discipline of it. And I hope that they're able to work through. The rabbi that she met with on the show, he says she has a lot of work to do. And it looks like she does, especially as a woman. He was already like, don't wear no more jeans, cover up entirely. So I don't know. If he really loves her, like, why can't he compromise? Like, what if she's not an Orthodox Jew? And I don't know. But I don't know much about Jewish religion, you guys. I genuinely don't. I only had a few friends growing up that identified as Jewish, and a lot of them just did not speak of their religion much outside of Hanukkah. I don't quite understand why, but now I'm kind of curious to learn more, so I might be looking stuff up on it. Moving forward, you guys, the last couple we're going to discuss is Ashley and Mohammed. They are the couple to the right of the screen. This was interesting. This was the Hot Mess Express. I'm not going to lie to y'all. They were a mess. I was annoyed with both of them. So Ashley is Catholic, and she is from a very alt-white conservative town where they view people who identify as other religions or cultures as weird or unknown. Ashley, your family, the town is probably racist. That's what I got from it. And based on what we're going to learn about what her sister said about Muhammad, while I don't like him either, these people is racist as hell. That's what I got from it. Tell me something different. Somebody from Jefferson, wherever, come to the Miss Best Reviews channel and tell me something, because that's all she could say. She said all white, conservative, and Catholic. Okay. Okay, Ashley, I'm looking at you with the side eye. She married a Muslim. She made it seem when we got the introduction, and this is why I feel like she might be like racist on the low or throwing microaggressions unintentionally, because she tells us that she married a Muslim man and made it seem like that was the thing that bothered her family. That's the first thing we got to see. But then we learned that she married this man after a week of knowing him altogether, knowing, meeting. She had known him longer than 7 days, 7 whole days. Somebody put the song by Tony Braxton on. That's how long she knew him before she married him. And I believe it was something shorter, but she had like went to see him and spend the night and all these things the first night. Listen, girl, you're supposed to be Catholic. Don't be proving the rumors true about the little Catholic school girls, because it sounds like Ashley went to meet Muhammad, had sparks. Sounds like her kitty cat might have came alive. And she decided, listen, we go, because they're both very religious. It looked like they both, because of their religions, was like, we got to get married so she can sit on it. That's what I think happened, because it's all very fast. That's regardless of religion or anything. There's not a soul in the world that's going to look at somebody who's like, we just met and now we're married and it's been 7 days. Like, there's people who don't know you are looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? If y'all get my gist. But her family has concerns over the rules of Islam. These people, oh, I did not like her family. They gave off vibes. And as an African American woman that is dark skinned and has been in spaces where I'm around a certain type of people that may be known for being racist, like, I can sense that. And they gave that. I don't think they have concerns over the rules of Islam. I feel like more so they're just bothered by Islam in general. They are the worst kind of Christians, Catholics. This is not, I believe every religion says and teaches like we are not to judge. And yet here they are judging. Like, I hate that. Lord. Anywho, why did her sister call Muhammad a terrorist? If it was about the rules of Islam, your sister would never call this man a terrorist. I think what it is your family's racist, but you're the one that's not. And that's okay. That's okay. It's not okay for them to be racist, but it's okay for you to keep it real, because we can tell. What's not okay is for Ashley to do what she did later in this episode. That's what's not okay. Now, Here's my red flags on Muhammad. This fool says that he takes his religion seriously and he's handsome, he fine. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Muhammad look good. I'm just saying. But they live in two different environments. She's in this white conservative town in Michigan or wherever she is. He is on the East Coast in New York, look like in the hood running a liquor store. Talk about we come to America, me and my twin, we wanted to own a grocery store. Boy, stop. That ain't no grocery store. You own a corner store. You sell Swishers and Bama Leaps and Backwoods, Optimos. You sell all of that and dollar shots. Stop it, Muhammad. That ain't no grocery store. The audacity. And I say that because it's like, while I love a good corner store, they sell junk. At least try to sell something healthy. Because if you have that same corner store in a nice neighborhood, look at the products, you'll see the difference. That's all I'm saying. But Muhammad go say his father, he grew up in Saudi Arabia, I believe, and he said his father had multiple wives. He had two wives because that is common in Islam. The type of Islam he practices, because I don't think people realize, just like Christianity has Baptists or Lutheran, you know, the Church of Latter-day Saints, just like they have different denominations of Christianity, Islam is similar as well. And it looks like the type of Islam that he was following, he believes in multiple wives. Now, I don't know if Ashley knows that, but she better look into it. Now, his twin brother, Muhammad's twin brother, do not like Ashley. And we learned that he locked her out of the house and she broke his PlayStation and went the hell off, as she should. Because why are you locking me out and I'm in another state? I don't like that. You cannot like this woman for your brother, but that's still a woman. And you're in America, so you're going to follow our damn values. Why are you disrespecting her like that? Like, I never respect men who want to argue or play with a woman or be petty. Keep that same energy with the dude. Bet you he wouldn't. Just saying. But yeah, I thought that was interesting because she went the hell off because he locked her out. And I don't blame her for that. Now, she goes to see Muhammad. They meet up. She comes to New York because these people are married, but it looks like she still lives with her family. I was very confused on the living situation, but she goes out to New York to see him, and she comes in her abaya and hijab, which is the traditional wear of women in Islam. For those who don't know, I did grow up in Islam and Muslim, and I have had to wear the abaya and the hijab. So, yes. Now, she says she felt like an imposter in it. Child, there are Muslims of all races all around the world. That's how you know this girl came from a racist family, because she's just like, I look like a white woman and the abaya and the hijab. Girl, nobody can really take. I cannot with her. Now, he's so happy to see her in the traditional wear that he breaks down and cries from joy. And she's like, the only time he cried was when our daughter was born. And in that moment, girl, she sounds stupid. They just irked my soul. She sits down and talks to him about her sister. There's a lot of issues and beef in the family. I'm actually on his side, even though I don't like him, because I feel like her family does some fuck shit off camera, as James would say. I feel like her family is also very prejudiced and potentially racist, not just towards him and his religion, but I feel like towards anybody a little darker who can handle more sun, if y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm actually on his side for not wanting anything to do with them, because you didn't think of her daughter when you were insulting her daughter's father. So I don't think he needs to deal with them. But she wants him to come to her sister's birthday. And I'm like, girl, why? Your sister don't like him. She's made racist remarks toward him. He don't like her. And he says he promised Allah that he would never step one foot in Missouri. Oh, it's Missouri where they're from. I said, oh, Lord, not Allah. For those who do not know, in Muslim faith, Allah is essentially like your higher power. So he said he promised his higher power he ain't going to deal with her, and he's not going. So then what she does, which was really childish and made me not like her, is she brings up what his brother did to her. And he shuts it down. He says, we're not talking about my brother. We're talking about your sister. And his brother did not do anything that's racially negative and charged. That's something to me that's unforgivable. You don't have to be someone's enemy, but once you make a racist remark toward me, just because you mad, I'll never mess with you again. I won't trust you. I won't deal with you. It's not like he's keeping his daughter from the family. He's just like he don't want to deal with them, and he shouldn't have to. Amen. Like he should not have to. So she's selfish and a big baby. She's gonna basically say to him because he won't let her bring up the brothers. So she goes, "Well, if you can't fix and resolve these issues with my family, then we're not gonna make it." Bitch, boo bye. Your racist dad's family. The comments they made about this man, calling him a terrorist just because he's Muslim. Your family needs to get a better education because like I said, there's different denominations of Islam. There's something called radical Islam. Just like there's radical Christianity, you see all the craziness that's happening in America right now from some of that stuff. So, like, girl, bye. I don't trust her. She destroyed a PlayStation just because she got locked out. I would have been mad too. I would have cussed his ass out. I sure would have, Ashley. But to break someone else's property just because you got locked out of a house that is not yours is like weird. And even if it was yours, to break someone's property just because you got locked out is stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. So I personally, y'all, do not think this couple will last. And she, I don't think they need to. But I also feel like she's the typical, I'm sorry, y'all. She gives the off camera, she might be a Karen in terms of energy. Like, well, you're just you're here on papers. You're not an actual citizen. So I'm gonna keep the baby from you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That's what Ashley gives if she gets mad because she tore up that man's PlayStation just because she was locked out. And I don't think that's okay. It's BS that she was locked out, but you can't destroy someone's property and then expect people to look at you right. You just can't. That's how I feel. And then your sister calling him a terrorist, girl, bye. So they are very interesting. It looks like we're going to get more couples, but for this episode, these are the three couples that we got introduced to. I will be doing another recap of Forbidden Love the day after the episodes air. So I hope that you guys all tune in. Other than that, y'all, I think we about covered it. Again, let's be respectful to those who decide to comment. Let's be respectful of everyone's religion, beliefs, and how they live. All stuff that I said is literally for entertainment purposes. It is not to disrespect anybody on this cast. So let's be respectful because they are, different religions. But other than that, I appreciate everybody who's watching. If you're watching when we're no longer live, the live replay gang was good. Thug Life, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. We will be back as well on Monday. I have Real Housewives of New Jersey. I might have another Forbidden Love. We're also going to have a music review. And then we've got some music reactions premiering today. So love and light to you all. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.